Guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Chester Hewlett, an artist designer, and let's get into it. Let's get into the $1,000,000 question. Should you get Procreate for your digital art career? So first, so it's just a one-time payment to have Procreate. There are no monthly subscriptions. At least that's how it is right now. And so once you buy Procreate on the App Store, you're good to go. You can just jump right into it. Yeah, so if you're particular about the brush technology and how it feels using the Apple Pencil on the iPad, I think Procreate is absolutely amazing because the technology behind the brushes that you use, with pressure sensing, shading and everything, tilting the pen to the side and things like that. It works perfect for people who are, transitioning from the traditional art medium into, digital art on an Apple iPad. And in addition to that, you can actually download different types of brushes online to make the process easier for you. So if, let's say, you wanted to, draw braids or anything like that, rather than doing the individual, twists and turns when drawing the braid, you can purchase a braid brush tool online to just draw a single line, and you can actually create your own brush. That's also one of the great things about Procreate, that you can actually create your own brush and smoothen the process for you. And then I personally think you get a good number of layers for the type of art that you want to do. But it also depends on the kind of iPad you have. So depending on your space, your processing power, and what year iPad you have. Depending on that, you can also have a particular set of layers to work on. I think Procreate is very intuitive because I learned everything on Procreate by myself. I learned it on my own. Just went on YouTube and found everything that was important to me, and that's just it. I love the time-lapse recording. So I used to wonder how other artists online would show their complete drawing process. I'm like, do you screen record this before you start or whatever? No, the thing is, Procreate actually does it in the background. So it's a feature that's enabled by default, but you can turn it off to save some space. But yeah, you can record your entire drawing process and post it online. I will be posting some online. I think I have posted some on TikTok as well, so you can check that out. And you also have different formats that you can save whatever drawing or picture you've made. You have the PDF formats, PNG, PSDs. Even for Photoshop, you can even save it as a Procreate file that you can send to someone else that they can open up in layers and work on a different iPad. I think it's amazing how many formats that you can save your file into, even PDF. Sometimes I even use Procreate to edit documents to, do different things. It's amazing what Procreate can do, especially outside of the art industry. And you can also use Procreate for animation, and Procreate's moving further than just 2D, 3D drawing or whatever, to actually having animations. I do animations all the time. I'm actually working on an animation series that I'm going to be posting soon. So it's actually amazing, and even there's 3D rendering now of different things. There are even defaults like skateboards and stuff that come with that update that had the 3D rendering stuff. But you can absolutely create mini animations, and depending on how much time you have, you can create a long one as well. Honestly, it's perfect for your sketches, your drawing, pretty much having fun. Essentially, it's the perfect app for that, in my opinion. And let's jump into the cons or disadvantages. So the first thing is, Procreate is only available on the Apple iPad. Sorry to the Android users. I know, it's one-sided right now, but and even Procreate tweeted one time that for the foreseeable future, they are gonna stick with Apple only. So if you're hell-bent on using Procreate, sorry, but you do have to get an iPad. And there's actually, even though I said it's very intuitive, there is actually a steep learning curve for those who don't who don't usually practice, and you know, even on the traditional art medium, and you know, on digital art, it requires a lot of practice, a lot of, you know, exploration. And so if you're not willing to do that, Procreate wouldn't be for you, especially if you want things to happen instantly. No, it just is like, for the most part, it's like drawing on a sheet of paper, or you know, actually painting. And I think that Procreate would require like more assistance on like shape drawing and editing. At least in my expertise, I don't find the help enough. I know at least when you draw like a straight line, and you press and hold, it corrects it. Same as, you know, a circle or anything, and there's options at the top to change it. But I just feel like, you know, centering something in the frame of the thing, there should be some form of assistance, or you know, just positioning, and even drawing extra shapes, you know. Yeah, like I just feel like it requires that, but that's also very opinionated, and you could find that the shapes are enough for you. And so you also have to invest in your iPad, because if you have an older iPad, you're limited with the number of layers that you have, and so that's quite a disadvantage, because you do need more layers. Makes it easier, and even can make your work better looking, because you know, you can work on multiple layers, and you don't have to, you know, kind of correct yourself on every single thing that you do when you have less layers. So yeah, I'd say that's quite a disadvantage. And finally, I'd say the tips and tricks, like, you know, but when you like on the iPad, right, when you're using Procreate, you have there are like these tips and tricks and skills that you can have to, you know, quicken the process and everything. It's not intuitive. You actually have to go and find them out. Like to do for example, to do the undo function, you would look for the arrow on the screen to try to, you know, press the undo function. But in essence, you can actually just use your 2 fingers and tap the screen once, and that's the undo function. Like, it's like there's so many hidden features like that you would have to find out that actually, you know, make it go faster. Because you draw something, make a mistake, you double tap. It's faster than, you know, going to look for the undo button and everything like that. But that's just a short list I could come up with off the top of my head to assist anybody who wants to, you know, jump into digital art. So thank you for your time, and see you guys later.